Start your work with creating an order. As you open the case in Dental Designer, you'll naturally start your design process with the Prepare step. In this video, we've already performed the necessary adjustments. Having finished the preparation of the scan, click Next and start setting the margin line by clicking the top of the tooth. The cutout line will be generated automatically and can be adjusted if necessary. The margin line options in the Set Margin Line window allow you to clear the margin line if necessary, and then set it once again, automatically, or define it by placing control points around the tooth. When you draw the margin line around the tooth, you may want to use the Snap to Edge option, activated by selecting the corresponding checkbox. The Snap to Edge option automatically detects the edge of the preparation while you move your mouse cursor around it. Once the margin line is placed, click Next to set the insertion direction. Setting the insertion direction in this particular case defines the direction of the virtual tooth preparation and the insertion direction of the future restoration. After clicking Next, you'll go to the Interfaces step and the Virtual Margin Line substep. The Sculpt on Die substep is skipped automatically, but you can always come back to it to do small adjustments with the Sculpt toolkit. The Virtual Margin Line substep gives you the possibility to adjust the previously predefined margin line, cutout line. Adjustments are usually needed on the mesial and distal sides of the tooth. The adjusted cutout line creates the margin for cutback and for the designed restoration. At this stage, you can use the Clear button to remove the margin and then set it manually, or use the Reload button to have it set again automatically. Once you've set the virtual margin line, click Next to get to the Smile Composer substep. At that stage of the design, you can work either on the original tooth anatomy, adjusting and improving it, or on the chosen shape from the Smile library. To design your restoration, use all the available Smile Composer tools. If you'd like to have a symmetrical smile, use the Mirror from the Scan tool. To be sure that your design does not cause any obstacles in occlusion and articulation, check it using the Dynamic Virtual Articulator. Once everything is ready, click Next to have your virtual die and temporary crown generated. At this step, you can set all the necessary settings for your crown and die. In the Preparation Settings window, you can select the Show Preparation checkbox to see the shape of your die. Then, you can set the amount of required reduction for the tooth, as well as the angulation of the walls for the generated die. Next, use the Crown Settings window to set the required transition value. Crown thickness, and shoulder radius. Keep the Remove Undercuts checkbox selected to avoid undercuts. At that point of the design, you can also change the insertion direction of your restoration, if necessary. While setting the crown and die settings, remember to keep a sufficient cement gap. It is advisable to design this type of restoration with a certain amount of space between the die and restoration to give a dentist the space to prepare the tooth. To see your settings implemented, click Preview. Once your design is ready, you can select the Show Preparation checkbox to see your design lifted off the die. Then click Next to get to the Save step, to close and save your design.